After coming back from a 3-month work assignment, my husband brought his unfaithful partner and told me I got her pregnant. Divorce me, and I need to spend a lot of money from now on. So, please agree to zero cost of alimony. All right, I'll gladly divorce you.
My husband Andrew and his affair partner were overjoyed to hear my response. When I saw that, I thought, if you think everything goes well, that's a big mistake. I'm Kate, a 30-year-old housewife. My husband, Andrew, runs his own business. The company is the one he took over from his father, Russell. We met through a friend's introduction. My friend was concerned about me being too busy for romance, so she introduced Andrew to me. When we met for the first time, Andrew was very confident, which I found attractive. I was also attracted by his self-confidence. He seemed to be good at his work, which made him even more charming. When we started dating, Andrew was very kind and fun to talk to. I felt that he was overconfident and a bit arrogant, but as we got to know each other better, I discovered his gentle and sensitive side, which made me want to stay with him in the future. After 5 years of dating, Andrew proposed to me and we decided to get married. I wanted to continue my work even after we got married, but Andrew wanted me to quit my job to support him. Although I'd worked hard at my job and didn't want to quit, I thought I should support Andrew, so I put his feelings first and resigned from my job. Actually, I was a pretty good employee at the company. When I told my boss about resigning, he asked me to reconsider. But he understood my strong will and said that he would support. He also mentioned that I would always be welcome to come back. We invited people from the company to the wedding, and it turned out to be a very nice ceremony. It felt strange to see the day had come for me to get married. Andrew was smiling and laughing next to me with a wonderful smile. I was very happy to think that I would live happily with this person from now on. But as our marriage began, I could see Andrew's true self. I was able to see Andrew's true self. At the beginning of our marriage, Andrew was busy preparing to take over the company. I was very happy to be able to support my busy husband by his side. I cook Andrew's favorite dishes when he comes home tired. I do his laundry so that he can sleep in a clean bed. I was very happy to see him happy. Thank you for always doing such a great job with the housework. I'm happy every day because of you, Kate.
Thank you for always doing such a great job with the housework.
Thanks for all your hard work.
I'm happy to be able to support you.
I'm very lucky to have married you.
I'm very lucky to have married you.
I felt happy because you were always expressing your gratitude.
My in-laws said, "We are happy to have someone like you as a wife."
He's happy to have someone like you as a wife?
You quit your job for Andrew, didn't you?
I heard I was an excellent employee at the company I worked for every day. Even though I was a capable employee, I quit my job and chose to support Andrew.
That's a company you work for every day.
Really? Thank you for appreciating me, the president of the company, which I originally worked for, and my father-in-law knew each other. So he had heard my story and was disappointed that I had left the company as a business owner. And when we told them we were not thinking about having kids yet, they said, "It should be in your best timing, so take your time and go at your own pace." But heirs, and you don't have to think about that, Kate.
Besides, heirs are old-fashioned now. Whoever wants to be president should be. It's what Russell said.
When I told this to my friend Amy, she said, "Your in-laws have a very flexible mind."
Yes, they are. But I think they're thinking about their heir, so we have to hurry.
What are you talking about? I'm sure your in-laws mean what they say.
Is that so?
Yes, I do. I'm so jealous of your in-laws. They are really nice and flexible, even though everyone else in senior positions seems to be making some noise about heirs. How come you're so stubborn when your in-laws are flexible? If they say you don't have to worry about it, there's no need to worry about it. If they say you don't have to worry about it, there's no need to worry about it. If I were to become a bride, I want to be with someone like Kate's parents-in-law. What a compliment. I was happy too to hear her. I was also very appreciative of my in-laws' flexibility. I am also very appreciative of my in-laws' flexibility and their willingness to accept me. Therefore, I had a good relationship with my parents-in-law. But my relationship with Andrew was slowly changing. Meanwhile, Andrew has been busy at work and often comes home late. Then, he drinks alcohol regardless of the time, and it is a huge amount. In the early days of our marriage, he did not drink alcohol when he came home late because it could affect his work the next day. However, these days, he drinks alcohol regardless.
And that's a huge amount.
It's in the early days of our marriage. I often did not drink alcohol when he came home late because it could affect his work the next day. But these days, he drinks alcohol regardless. First, when he drinks alcohol, he becomes irritable and starts taking it out on me. Liquor, I'm still drinking, so bring more and some snacks.
I'm not supposed. Your only answer is yes, that's all.
Yes.
You're a housewife, so do your best for your husband.
So what a goofy thing to say. Andrew is getting more and more alcoholic beverages and is completely drunk. Maybe you should control yourself a bit. You're drinking a little too much. You've got work tomorrow, so why don't you go to bed early?
When I said this to Andrew, his face changed. He stood up, slammed the table with a bang, and yelled at me, "You don't work. You just stay home, right?" Actually, as it's a parent meant, I was shocked and backed away. Seeing the look on my face, Andrew got impatient and immediately apologized. "Sorry, I'm so tired that I can't sleep these days unless I've had a drink first." But the quantity was too much. I regret that. I'm sure Andrew is tired because he has to take over the company. Taking over a company from one's father-in-law and becoming its president is no easy task. It must be very stressful. Jesus understood what he was going through, and I felt I had said unnecessary things. However, I was worried about whether that amount of alcohol would interfere with his work the next day. After that, Andrew became angry when he drank alcohol, and his selfishness became more noticeable. He yelled at me more and more whenever I mentioned even the slightest thing. "Don't complain to me because I'm earning money and you're just a housewife. Working for me is your job, understand? Working for me is your job, understand? Stay out of my business, please. Sorry."
If you work for my company, there would be no recognition for you. No bonuses either.
You did very well in your previous job, but now you're not valued as much. You understand, you're not as important. He even went so far as to deny Kate's character. I find it hard to support Andrew because he has changed from the kind husband he used to be to the outspoken husband when he drinks. As this life continued, we began to grow apart. Perhaps because of this, Andrew gradually started coming home late or not at all. But Andrew came home earlier than usual that day because he wanted to talk to me.
I'm excited and I'm finally taking over the company. I'm gonna be president next week. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I'm sorry that I have been so busy with work that we haven't been able to spend much time together as a couple. I think I'll settle down a bit with work, so why don't we have a baby?
What?
I was honestly worried about Andrew's personality changes when he drinks alcohol and our differing feelings. Is having a child the right choice for us? However, even if a child is created, it doesn't mean everything will be perfect right away. But I wanted to have a child eventually. So we decided to try for a baby. I was sure this was perfect timing. However, a month into trying, the company ordered Andrew to go to another prefecture for a work assignment. For 3 months, which is quite long, we had to live apart. I felt I had no choice but to stop trying to have a baby for his work. However, 2 weeks after Andrew went on the business trip, I began to feel unwell and went to the hospital. And it turned out that I was pregnant. Andrew said he wanted an heir, so I thought he would be happy. It's not good. They might have thought, how come she didn't know, even though I am his wife? I felt sorry for my husband if my comment caused strange rumors throughout the company, so I said, oh, I remembered. Andrew was supposed to go to his parents' house today. I'm such a silly person, I forgot. And hung up the phone. Victorious. I was still nervous after I hung up. Andrew is not on a business trip, and he is taking a long holiday. I couldn't figure it out at all. I knew thinking about it by myself wouldn't solve it. So I decided to contact Amy and ask for her advice. I told her about my pregnancy, that my husband gets violent when he drinks, and he told me lies about his business trip, but was actually taking long holidays. That's moral harassment.
The immoral harassment? No, it's not. I am useless, and that's why I make him upset. It's my fault because I'm useless.
See? That's exactly what a person who's already been morally harassed would say. I beg your pardon? There's nothing wrong with the couple, is there? 2 of you help each other, don't you? I didn't realize it until Amy told me. Know your body is not only for yourself. If you are having a baby, be more confident in yourself and take better care of yourself. Those words woke me up. Actually, I have a child in my belly. I am the only one who can protect the baby. I made the decision to confront my husband. After that, as recommended by Amy, I went to a detective agency and I asked them to investigate my husband. After investigation, I discovered that Andrew was having an affair. I was shocked, but the child in my belly helped me keep my spirits up. 3 months passed, and Andrew came home from that business trip. Then he brought the unfaithful partner back with him. They had been drinking, and the smell of alcohol was strong. Maybe because was pregnant, I became very sensitive to smells, so that smell was unbearable. You wouldn't be obsessed with your husband's money, would you, even if he cheated on you? I'm home. I got this lady pregnant, so I wanted a divorce. What? And I need to spend a lot of money from now on, so please agree with zero cost of alimony. You've had enough.
You've had a good time as the president's wife of the company, so if you've had enough, right?
My husband is drunk, and I don't want to get in trouble for saying something here. Also, I don't want anything to happen to the child in my belly. I didn't resist. Fine, I'll divorce you, but can I keep this house? You can have it. I just bought a condominium today to live in with this girl, so there's no problem. Then I'll ask you to change the ownership to my name, so please take care of the forms.
Yes, I know. I'll send you the divorce papers by mail. Make sure you submit them at the office.
But good for you for getting an easy divorce.
They said that and then left the house. They went somewhere by car. He was driving a car, totally drunk. I wonder if they will be all right. Well, it was none of my business. 1 hour later, I received a call from my father-in-law, Russell. Andrew came home and told him he's divorcing you and marrying another woman. What's going on?
I told him everything that had happened, that I was pregnant, and when I wanted to tell him, I had discovered that Andrew had lied to me and figured out he was having an affair. Today, when Andrew came home from his 3-month business trip, he had brought his unfaithful partner and also the fact that Andrew loses control and causes trouble when he drinks alcohol, and that he was driving a car drunk.
Understand, I'll make him take responsibility. I'll get back to you later about his apology.
Kate, Andrew is out of control. Help!
I was sure Andrew was drinking, and my father-in-law Russell was angry with him. So Andrew didn't like it and got out of control. I called the police and headed to my in-laws' house. It's a 15-minute drive from my house to my in-laws' house. When I got there, the police had already arrived. Andrew was being seized by the police.
Then Andrew pushed the officer who was subduing him. Andrew pushed the officer who was holding him down. The officer seemed to have hit his head on the corner of the stairs and looks hurt.
A different police officer tried to subdue Andrew, but he suddenly collapsed because he had drunk too much alcohol and was acting violently.
An ambulance was called, and Andrew was carried away. The cheating partner tried to escape while everyone was busy, but she was stopped by the police. Saipines a space to work Christiaties. We like to hear what's going on, so please follow me. I was told, and reluctantly, I was taken to the police. But the next day, my husband woke up in the hospital. Andrew looked surprised that I was there.
Why are you here? I forgot to tell you something. Once the divorce is finalized, I'll charge you alimony and child support.
Are you crazy? Child support? You don't have kids, do you?
But in fact, I am pregnant. I was going to tell you, but you told me out of the blue that you are divorcing me.
Andrew seemed surprised, but had more on his mind than his child.
You said you didn't want alimony, right?
I didn't say that.
Maybe you drank too much alcohol and only remember things in a way that's convenient for you. I told him, laughing. Andrew just stared at me. Then my father-in-law, Russell, joined our conversation.
What have you done to Kate? There's no way I'm gonna let you get past paying for alimony and child support.
How come you've grown to be such a bastard, not understanding people's feelings? When my parents-in-law were talking, Andrew was silent and had nothing to say back to them.
Then it's enough for me to get alimony and child support.
And I'm supposed to get the house too. Hey, what's left for me then?
You have the woman you're cheating with, and you've got a child with her. That's enough, isn't it?
He's gotta be kidding me.
And that house, I thought it was in your name, but it was in your father's name.
I'll ask your father to take care of the forms, and you'll never have anything to do with me again. We're here about yesterday's incident. We have a warrant to arrest you for assault. You're under arrest, and so Andrew was arrested for assault. My husband's alimony and child support were temporarily paid by my in-laws on behalf of Andrew. Then my husband and I got a divorce. Andrew was released immediately, but he was ousted from the company. Although he is looking for a new job, it seems difficult to be hired again, since his arrest was quite some news. Andrew has also been cut off connections with his parents and seems to be in trouble because he has nowhere to go. And about his cheating partner, I had hired a detective agent to check her as well, so I made sure to charge her the alimony. I heard Andrew and the unfaithful partner got married, but they have no money, so their lives seem hard. That woman who had an affair cannot work because she is pregnant and stays at home, but Andrew has to work without rest, and their lives are full of disagreements and quarrels. They deserve it. As for me, my parents-in-law wanted me to work for their company, but I was not comfortable working for the company where my husband used to be, so I decided to return to the company. That's where I had originally worked. Even then, my in-laws contacted the former company president for my sake. The company also has a daycare center so that employees can work without any worries while raising their children. Once the child is born, I'm sure there will be many hard days ahead, but as a single mother, I will try to raise my child with responsibility.